Welcome back, noble ones.
This is a 15-minute yoga flow to help you to feel strong and energized, allowing your whole body to feel great. Today's flow, you'll just need your yoga mat. So let's begin sat down. So just finding a comfortable seated position, really sitting up nice and tall, maybe closing your eyes and just starting to settle within ourselves. Start to notice your breathing. Inhaling and exhaling through your nose. Bringing your awareness to your breath. Reconnecting back to yourself. Just taking a bit of time before the physical part of the practice to really be mindful and present within our bodies. Taking a few more breaths here. Seeing if you can extend your exhales. Really slowing down your breath. Releasing your fingers and maybe placing your palms down on your knees. Let's return to our natural breathing again. Nice and slow inhales and exhales. Slowing your breath down. Lovely. And now let's begin our warm-up. So transferring onto our hands and knees. So we're going to start in tabletop. So your hands are under your
Shoulders.
Your knees under your hips, and let's just begin some circular motions, warming up the wrists by circling one way and then circling the other way, and we'll just move into some cat-cow. So tailbone and crown up to the sky as you inhale, exhale, rounding through the back, and again inhaling and exhaling. Continue a few more rounds of these. Just moving with your own breath at your own pace. And then we're going to come back into neutral. So you're hugging in your lower belly slightly. Reaching your left hand forward, right foot back. We're just going to extend up. So you're really drawing up in the core here. Inhaling and exhaling. And release. Moving on to the other side. Right hand out, left foot back and float up. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. Inhale and exhale. Great. Just going to curl under our toes now. Lift our knees, send our hips up to the back into our first downward dog of the practice. You may like to pedal out the legs a little bit, warming ourselves up. Maybe even resting in stillness here. Fingers are spread wide, neck is relaxed, shoulders are away from our ears. Our feet are about hip width apart. You can soften the knees, that can encourage the heels down and take a bit of pressure off your lower back if you're particularly tight in your hamstrings. Inhale and exhale. From here, we're just going to bring our right foot between our hands, lower our knee. Inhale up. Exhale, sink through your hips, make sure your knees stuck over your ankle. Hands into prayer, and we're just going to twist over to the right here. You may like to hook your elbow to your knee, and that can help give you a bit more leverage to twist. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, hands down, stepping back into your downward facing dog. Left foot this time is just going to step between your hands, lowering your knees. Inhale, reaching your hands up. Exhale, sinking into your hips, feeling a lovely stretch of front across the body. And then hands into prayer, twisting over to the left this time, hooking elbow to knee. And then just encouraging yourself to twist a little bit more. If this is too much, you can stay up and just twist like this, but hooking your knee will give you a bit of a deeper stretch. One more breath here, and then coming up. Exhale, releasing, stepping back into plank. Now we'll do our first flow, so let's lower our knees, uncurl the toes, bending our elbows, keeping our arms hugging into our body, chin and chest lowers. Inhale to cobra, exhale, downward facing dog. 3 full breaths here. Inhaling and exhaling fully. One more breath as we prepare for our core stimulating flow. So looking forward, stepping to the front of your mat. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bending your knees, belly to thigh. Inhale, coming all the way up. Exhale, hands down by your side. Let's begin our flow. Standing in mountain pose, nice and tall. Shoulders away from our ears, feeling really grounded. On your next inhale, reaching your arms up and overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Hands can be onto shins or fingertips to the floor. Exhale, step back into your plank. So chaturanga or knees, chest, chin. Inhale to upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back to downward facing dog. One breath here. Now we're going to be stimulating our core with the next part of this flow. So we're going to transition into plank, but we're going to bring right knee to right elbow, hold it in plank, and push into our 3-legged dog. Let's go again, 2 more times. Exhale, pushing back. And again, inhale. Exhale, pushing back into 3-legged dog. Now we're going to flow, so we can transition to plank. And if you want a bit more challenge, keep your right leg up, bending your elbows, coming into our upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to do the same onto the other side. So, left elbow to left knee, push back into our 3-legged dog. And again, and inhale. One last time. Pushing back, transitioning into our flow, keeping your left leg up if you would like. Chaturanga as you exhale. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, pushing back to your downward facing dog. And just taking a breath here. Inhale and exhale fully. On our next inhale, looking at the front of your mat, stepping between your hands. Inhale, exhale, forward fold. Pushing through the feet, inhale, coming all the way up to rise. Exhale, hands down by your side. Right, we're going to come into chair pose and do a bit of twisting with this as well.
Inhale, reach your arms up and sit into chair.
Exhale, hands into prayer. And we're going to twist over to our left. So you can stay here or for a bit more of a twist, sinking down and hooking your right elbow to the outside of your left knee. And twist, gazing up. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Inhale. Exhale, hands to prayer. And let's look over to the right. sinking into our chair, you should be able to see your toes. For a bit more again, hook your left elbow to the outside of your right knee and just use that leverage to help you twist from your waist. Inhale and exhale. And then coming back to center, reaching up, pressing through the feet all the way up to stand. Exhale, hands down by your side. And let's just have a little shake out, loosening up a little bit. Then we're going to come into our Malasana, inhaling all the way up. Exhale, sinking down into the mat. You might need to open your feet a little bit wider. Hook your arms and just give yourself a little rock. And now we're going to come into boat pose. So sitting up nice and tall on your sit bones, your feet are in front, hooking onto the back of your knees and coming up onto your tippy toes. You may want to come straight up into full boat with bent knees or straight legs if that's within your practice. Inhale, exhale, 2 more breaths. 1 more. And then we're going to start to lower all the way down. Staying into low boat. Releasing down to the mat. And just give yourself a little hug, hugging your knees into your chest. And if we just put our arms out wide, knees into tabletop, and we're going to allow our knees to fall over to the right. Gently looking over to the left. Feeling this lovely twist here.
Inhale, knees back up to the sky.
Exhale, knees over to the left. Looking over to the right. Inhale, exhale. Just bring your knees into your chest again, giving yourself a nice hug. And release. And we're just going to come back down to our full relaxation Savasana. So legs can be a bit further apart, arms out to the side. Just start to settle in your breath, taking a few breaths here. Inhale and exhale. A few more breaths here. Maybe noticing how you feel at the end of our practice compared to at the start. Allowing the fire to be present. Maintaining some awareness of the energy that we've generated into our practice today. And carrying it with us for the rest of the day. Starting to bring a bit of movement to your fingers and toes. Reaching your arms overhead, long stretch. And then hugging, knees into chest, gently rock. Taking your time to slowly coming over to your right side before bringing yourself up to a seated position. Sitting nice and tall, allowing your palms to rest on your knees, tall spine. Hands can drop to your hips, and we're going to reach our fingertips out and up, palms together overhead. And exhale, bringing your hands through prayer to your heart center. Thanking yourself for taking the time to practice with me today. I hope you enjoyed this practice and you can feel a bit more confident and empowered. Bringing your thumb knuckles to your third eye, gently bowing your head. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. I hope you enjoyed this energizing, empowering yoga flow, and we've ignited our inner fire. I can't wait to see you in the next one. As always, take care.